Ahoy everyone, and welcome back for yet another installment of Syberia 3, the puzzling. Puzzle being used loosely here, more in the sense that you'll be puzzling out why any of the puzzles in the game work the way they do, rather than an actual appreciation for the art of puzzle crafting. So yeah, we're up to part 6 now. In the last episode, we managed to get power running to that weird irradiated theme park. Managed to tow the boat close enough to shore that we could get the snow ostriches loaded onto the ground again. We escaped through some subway tunnels. We briefly became Oscar, who still doesn't act or sound like Oscar. He drove a truck and fought some dogs with a water cannon, like robot dogs. A lot of weird things happened, is the summary. But we took a trip through the subway tunnels. We puzzled our way through some weird ancient clues, like 20-year-old clues around an Olympic stadium sort of thing that had been built in Russia, and we were searching for we were literally looking for a hidden temple based on a legend where the Youkols are supposed to like pray on the night of a blood moon or something in order to like figure out what happens on their journey. Like most things that have happened so far, we have not gotten a lot of details about exactly what to expect or why anything operates the way it does. But after solving the impossible room chair puzzle without using the walkthrough, which I'm still bragging about a week later, thank you very much, we managed to find the 3 lenses that activated a weird laser light reflecting puzzle, and also raised a bunch of weird stone apparatuses out of the bottom of an Olympic swimming pool. So basically the game has become sheer nonsense, but we're on the verge of entering said hidden temple. And as I said, we don't know what to expect, so we might as well get back to it. I'm Vasco the Gamer, and this is Syberia 3. We're going to blow through this intro screen again with its poorly mixed music, and hope that it remembers where we are on the diving board. Thorax, I don't remember if you were around when we managed to raise all of the weird light lenses out of the bottom of the pool, but, like, I nearly broke. It made, like, no kind of sense. So, I'm slightly discouraged to see that there is, no light being emanated at the bottom of the pool here. Where's the ladder? Is the ladder down? Guess it's along this edge? It's been a week, so I don't recall. There it is. This leads me to think that perhaps it hasn't remembered that we solved this puzzle, which would be really annoying. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh no, the graphics are just bad. It's just really poorly rendered, such that once you solve the puzzle, it looks like it's closed. It looks like it's broken. So there's that. It's there physically, but to be honest, checked out at the Ferris wheel. That's fair enough, Thorax. But yeah, so maybe something interesting will happen inside the temple. I don't know. It definitely doesn't look like any one of them is making that throat noise. Hey, they brought purple fire with them. Wait, purple is the element of evil. We should worry about this. I really don't think you would actually be able to convince Oscar to care about this. Not if it was actually Oscar, not like Oscar like 0.5.0. Good, now we're having inexplicable visions. You know, I was reflecting on it, and we still haven't really closed the loop on what happened at the end of the second game, and we're almost done the third game.
Who are you? My poor Kate. You no longer recognize your real family. You need to come home now. You have to listen to your mother.
What?
You must see that We are having great difficulty understanding how such a brilliant young attorney could turn to criminal activity.
What is going on, you
We've
guys?
taken recourse to the courts, Miss Walker. Rest assured, things will not remain as they are.
You really need to understand, Kate. I couldn't wait for you forever.
You really let us down, Kate. I was your best friend. Your confidant.
So in the end, everyone was actually right. You're gone forever, Kate. Lost. You're dead, Kate. Dead.
Why would she have this vision?
Is everything all right?
Yes.
That is some
but I
total
need some
BS.
air. Please, let's go outside.
So, like, she just had a vision that was basically like, all of your character development was garbage and you're a bad person. You should go back and forget all of the things you've done and all the growth you've had. Like, how is that a thing that the Youkol shamans have led her to have? That doesn't make any sense. She wouldn't have helped them if it weren't for her
I don't mean to
growth.
offend you, but for a moment you were in a different world, Kate Walker.
Why would it be offensive?
Ghosts. Nothing but ghosts. Right. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, the ghosts
I'm
all
gonna try to
represented
get
like
some
people
sleep
who
for a few hours before dawn.
like were in her past life before she like
I'll
left New
wait
York
here.
to go on this
Then,
weird journey.
Good night, Kate Walker.
Good night, Oscar.
He's gonna like wait out in the open in his jacket coat. Good old whatever that sign says. Wish you were here. Oh god. The Yukis in this game are even more disconcerting than the previous game. So that didn't seem like that was actually important at all to what we were doing. I'm actually very let down by that on two different levels. Forgot how creepy she was. What was her name? Does anyone remember her name? The weird, like, descendant of the previous, like, Youkol guide or whatever. She wakes up and Oscar's killed everyone. That'd be an interesting ending to the game.
Big Clue Clue. Olilanza.
Now what's going on?
I can't tell if she's annoyed about the fact that they started migrating while she was asleep in the yurt, or if she's annoyed that they're screaming their offensive, nonsensical language. Is it more bats? Is it outdoor bats? Is it outdoor broad daylight bats that have stopped our progress? How are we lagging without snow? That feels unfair. You there.
Terrible. What happened to Sacred Bridge?
Oh, good. Good. Good, I say.
Finally, Miss Catwalk. Finally.
Oh my god, you guys. They literally can't do anything without us. They're like, ah, Kate Walker woke up. Now we can continue our journey. Because we literally wouldn't be able to do anything without her. Didn't even pretend to be words.
After River, all tribe will be safe.
Hey, motorcycle, can I have it? I guess we're not as good at being a spy as Ava is. Also, whatever happened to that American detective who showed up in Act 1 and, like, hasn't done anything to directly or indirectly influence our journey since then? Oh good, the door is locked. I'm sure we'll have to, like, steal a precise number of wedges and perform some weird occult ritual in order to open the door. Wait. No, hold on a second. First, whoa. What's that in the upper right-hand corner? What was that exclamation mark? That was weird. Knock, knock! What else we got here? That's like also knocking? Why are there two knock buttons?
Nobody in sight.
To be fair, we only saw him like 2 or 3 days ago in game time. True, but he was also like right behind us. Like, it wasn't like we did something to like drastically slow his progress. Like, some of the Youkols, who are now with us now, took his paperwork. Like, that's like a minor setback for someone who's like legally here. And can we talk about how the Youkols are acting like someone like blew the bridge up when like really it's just like slightly out of alignment? Like, what's that about? These guys are Tweedlebugs of the highest order. No one's home, so it's legal to break in. It's only illegal if someone sees. I mean, that's more or less adventure game logic, right? Oh. Look, guys, I found the supply cave. Oh, I don't think I want to see the spider that made that web. Don't worry, I'm sure he'll show up at the most inopportune time. I mean, like, I can't decide if I'm going to be more mad if he doesn't show up at all, or if he, like, shows up and is stupid. Button. You guys, I did it! I summoned the basket! Puzzle solved. What were we doing again, though? I thought I heard a scream from inside. Had to check it out. That's some probable cause right there. Alright, so I summoned the basket. I'm not totally sure why I wanted that. Anime sub? Well, thank you very much, Anime! I really appreciate it. I am really excited. I feel a little embarrassed, actually, that I have everything online already without having my hardware upgraded. But I am excited. I'm going to commission the emote artwork on Monday, or at least start the process of it. And I'm going to, as soon as I get the new hardware online and stream capable, we're going to have alerts for this stuff. So you guys are going to see it, and it's going to be great. And we're going to be totally legit, and we're going to be on the next level. It's true, yes, K-Mac. I don't think you made it to the stream on Wednesday when I, like, formally announced it. But I am now a Twitch affiliate, and I believe, unless someone else secretly subbed since, like, an hour ago, I now have 3 subscribers. Woo! I'm very excited, and I'm very grateful to all of you for your support, of all kinds, really. Not just the subscribers, but to all you guys who have made it possible even just to get this far. Because I'm really excited about it. Honestly, I'm just excited about having emotes. Is the water wheel just, like, sinking? I mean, I know sometimes they raise out of the water, but, like, that looks like it's just, like, gone. Okay. I mean, I'm doing things. I don't know what the things do. I'm kind of avoiding talking to Kurt because I imagine he's going to say something stupid that's going to make me angry. What's happening? Like, actually, what's happening? Ah, we've... Did we, like, do it? Oh, we fixed exactly 1/2 of the bridge. I didn't even know that part was broken, but we did it. But yeah, I'm gonna keep you guys informed. I mean, like, I'm hoping to get the new computer and all the streaming software at least roughly configured within the next 2 weeks. I've got some, like, hardware maintenance to try and do first. Got my graphics card coming next week, stuff like that. Something stupid in Syberia 3? I know, guys, it's a jarring twist this late in the game, but I promise it's happening. Well, it would be appreciated, Alcadius, but no need to stress about it. I really don't. I honestly didn't expect anyone to subscribe at all. If I can be entirely honest, I know a lot of you guys are, like, students and stuff, and I remember what it was like being a student and not having a lot of money, but all support is appreciated, so thank you to everyone. Watching Boruto, the new Naruto. It's not as bad as you thought. I feel like I saw something about it recently, but I don't remember what exactly. I've not been following Naruto in a very long time. You seen Rock Lee's Ninja Pals? Is that like a spin-off show? That sounds like a real thing.
You okay? Shouldn't we cross the bridge soon so that everyone can get to safety?
Our sacred bridge collapsed.
Look at his weird meat hand.
This new bridge looks pretty good. What's the matter?
The sacred bridge is just there.
Naruto's getting a Hollywood live-action film? Ooh.
That thing. It's a customs post. With, I imagine, a policeman and paperwork. It's not for us.
we're just gonna go drown in the river. You know, we've given up on this whole pilgrimage thing and having a culture and society all our own. NBD, man.
Excuse me, but why can't the caravan cross to the other side?
We still need the approval of the Watcher. And given the state of the bridge, I'm very worried about them.
What?
Who's he?
The guardian of the sacred lands, a very great sage. It is said that he is ageless, that he has seen migrations without number, and has always lived in that yurt over there on the other side. He's the one who attests
I got
that
it. That's
good
what the
fortune
bucket's for,
granted
right?
by the spirits during last night's ceremony will indeed accompany the caravan. No Youkol may cross the sacred river without his approval.
Does that apply to non-Youkols too?
Can we?
In principle, no. What do you have in mind?
I'll go
Well,
across the
I
other
found
bridge
a
myself
basket.
to see what's happening with the Watcher.
But like, can we briefly talk about how insane that is? Like, all right, so the migration is something that we do every 20 years. I think we've established now. So like every 20 years, we take the same journey and the same steps. But there's a point at which, if we don't get like the magical approval of a being who we can't see in person, then we can't finish the migration that has to happen every 20 years for our culture to exist. Like what? Like what the what? What? Why? Tell me about this Watcher, and possibly, if you know, who watches him.
What does the blessing of the Watcher consist of?
He grants us passage if he deems us worthy. If we have
He just gives us more paperwork, I think.
All that sort of stuff.
Wait, we literally have to have paperwork to get the spiritual blessing of this weird shaman-type figure? That seems bizarre.
Are you
That
really
seems like a
sure
joke
the
that I have
Chasers
already
won't
made.
Be able to do anything once we're across the river?
Certain. Crazy as they are, they would never take the risk of committing an act of war by violating a sovereign border. What is it, Kate Walker?
Maybe we'll worry about
seem
that in
troubled.
20 years.
The thing is, I'm thinking about the way back, Kirk. Afterwards. How are you going to get the herd back home with Olga and those soldiers waiting for you?
To everything there is a time. First, we have to obtain the benediction of the Watcher.
I mean, sure, I guess it's fair enough to say let's worry about that bridge when we cross it. If you pardon the expression.
What do you know about that other bridge?
The old people say it wasn't there on the last migration. It is like the countryside we have crossed. Everything is changed, and it is difficult to adapt our traditions to these new things.
I'm slightly
Do you
confused.
think they'll let us cross over the new structures?
Because of
It's
the
a
trading
bridge.
we have done on the way, we have money. Perhaps it will be enough to give some to the people occupying the bridge.
I see. I'll go see how we can cross. See you later.
Thank you for everything, Kate Walker.
Man, I'm so confused. Like, first off, to get really abstract here, I felt like the Youkols in Syberia 2 were, like, easily the most annoying thing in Syberia 2. Maybe there were some, like, individual puzzles that were more annoying, because some of them had some bad signaling to them. But, like, they were, like, not an exciting part of Syberia 2. Like, they were... Like, getting to see the culture was, like, kind of cool, and they were way less annoying in Syberia 2 than they are in Syberia 3. But, like, in Syberia 3, they act like they, like, came out of a time portal from, like, 150, 200 years ago or something, and, like, the concept of, like, money is, like, new to them. They're like, oh, this time we traded with people, so we have some money. It's like 40 years ago, there was still money. Like, if you were gonna travel through the lands, you probably understood the concept of money. I don't... K-Mag subs. Well, thank you, K-Mag. Welcome to the family. I haven't figured out how to do this yet. I'm very new, and I am shocked and pleased that people are willing to subscribe. I'm grateful for all of the support. Now you have stars. Yeah, there's like a, since I'm only an affiliate, I don't get like custom badges, but like there's still badges that subscribers get that signify an amount of time that you have been subscribed. So firstly, like, they act like they're just from like another century or something, which seems weird. I know they're like an ancient culture, but they've like existed continuously in the world since then. Isn't this the way I came? Oh, I came through the malls. But also, I can't figure out if we're supposed to be dealing with Kurt being hypnotized yet. Because he's, like, being a downer, but he's not actively, like, trying to sabotage anything. He's just being lame. And, like, he's been lame from the start. So I can't tell if that's supposed to be, like, a new development or something. Just you wait, Nego. Once I get my emotes all commissioned, I'm gonna show them off to you guys before I make them live, because I wanna do another poll like the one I put up on Facebook and whatnot. I want to do another poll to figure out which one is the one that will be available to all subscribers, and then I'm gonna make the other ones available at other levels. Just because I'm definitely commissioning all the artwork for them right away, so I figure I might as well make them possibly available to people, but I don't expect anyone to like sub it at all, really. I tried this. This is locked. Acadius, you have a one-track mind for beans. So I guess we just take the basket now. I don't think there's really anything else to do at the moment. What's in our inventory again? Do we have something we can use to, like, smash into that? We still have a shaman's beverage and a scarf. And the radiation goggles. Are those relevant? Whoa, hold on, guys. They took our knife. We don't have our knife anymore. That's outrageous. What's even the point of finishing the game if I don't get to have my knife? Got to enter your choice in the poll. That's okay, Neko. I think I have a pretty good sense that, amusingly, everyone's favorites from the poll were also my favorite. So, like, that works out well for me. I'm supposed to put a thing in here?
Impossible. Let's try something else.
How about a brochure?
No way.
Or my scarf?
That's not right.
A radiation goggles.
Doesn't work.
Alright, I got nothing. Ironically, the only beans you like are green beans. Oh, I hate green beans. Green beans are gross. Green beans have, like, all of the wrong textures in all of the wrong places. I'm not a fan. I'm with you, K-Mag. Not into green beans. Would you like a hint to the knife location? Oh, that's right. I don't actually need the hint because you've reminded me of something that probably should have been obvious to me. There was a point last time when, like, we saw our inventory in a box in our yurt. And, I mean, it would be cool if the game would tell us that we should pick up our inventory. But I'm just going to go double check on that, regardless. Fry them to crispy on the outside. With salt and chili. They're actually alright. I could believe that, I think. Oh, hey, Oscar. Were you here before? I don't remember passing you. Nope, I went in Oscar's yurt. Why does Oscar have a yurt? Is this my yurt? I don't know. Green beans are good only sometimes. Do you have a preferred way to prepare your green beans, Sherry? Oh no, this is the... Wait, where am I? First person. There we go.
Miss Kate Walker.
Canned ones are gross, but Dave loves them. Dave loves canned green beans? That feels weirdly specific. The only veggie I eat is broccoli. I like broccoli. I'm pretty high on broccoli. Wait, I realized that technically sounds questionable because of the way
Spirits drink
speech
under
works.
table.
I like broccoli more than most vegetables.
Miss Kate Walker must come back if she need help.
You exist, lady. You're annoying. Boiled lightly, tossed with olive oil, salt, and lemon juice. Okay. Serpentine, you grow your own vegetables? How much of a like a vegetable garden do you have? Acadius, you're not helping. I think. I'm not sure. I think you're not helping. Taking this veggie stream. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I mean, especially since, like, I went to Burger King and got, like, 2 orders of Cheesy Tots today, which are definitely not a vegetable. So it feels weird to have a veggie stream. About half an acre. That's pretty impressive. Alright, this is a really stupid Wait, the walkie-talkie's in here too? Why does it take so much time to pick up each individual item? Wait, how are the radiation goggles in here if the radiation goggles are one of the few items that was already in my inventory?
The Youkols have stored all of the things I managed to take out of the clinic. That's so nice of them.
But it doesn't make any sense for our knife to go in here because, like, we had our knife on us before. I don't know, man. This game, it has its things, you know? Very descriptive. Plant to grow vegetables. Need to live somewhere more suitable. It is challenging. I mean, like, you could always make, like, a little herb garden on, like a window box or something. Like, I think those are pretty resilient, but, like, yeah, you know, having your own, like, proper vegetable garden is going to take some space and some dedication, I think. Last night had purple potato gnocchi with corn and Italian sausage. I think I'll dream of it the rest of my life. That sounds pretty good. Okay, so we got our knife back. I'm not actually sure if that was the thing that I needed, but I feel better having my knife. Because, serial killer tendency reasons. So there's like a car over here. I'm not sure if I actually managed to get a good look at it because the camera was being weird, and then I got distracted because people were subscribing to my channel, which is great. Unexpected. Yeah, I can't get close to that weird van that the camera was looking at before. How about something over here? Can I have some propane or whatever? Oh, don't you dare show me another ticket. Oh, there's like an actual guy manning the ticket window. Wait, didn't we look in the window before and see no one? I guess that was on the floor below or something.
Hello there, miss. Yes?
I would like to bring about 3 dozen Youkols across the
I'm
border.
accompanying the migration of the
Also,
Youkol
they're
tribe.
horrible
They
snow
usually
beasts.
cross the river right at this spot about every 20 years. But their bridge collapsed, and they aren't allowed to use the new structures without the approval of their, well, he's a kind of spiritual
I feel like
customs
this was
officer,
not made
and
clear
he
from
lives on the
talking
other side.
to Kurt. Did anyone else get this
I
impression?
absolutely have to cross so that I can meet him. Can you let me cross? Please?
Well, now, I heard about those famous nomads a while back, but actually seeing them in the flesh, I've only been at this post for a few months. Well, you just need to show me the appropriate documents.
I've heard like 4
I guess,
pronunciations
and,
for it.
yes.
I don't know which one is the right one. I've had it before. I don't know who made that comment. Who is sounding like they want to threaten me? What documents do you want, sir?
Tell me, what documents do you need?
Oh, well, the usual. Nothing out of the ordinary, I think. If I remember
Just
right.
need 3 dozen passports for like
immigrant
people
cards,
who
or visas,
barely exist.
authorizations to leave the country, vaccination certificates, and
So this is where we're going to use the knife to solve the problem. That's what I'm thinking.
By each person, one in the language of the country of origin, and
Theater
the other
nerd,
in the
thank you
language
for the
of
follow.
destination country. Just routine.
Hilariously, I get follow
Listen,
notifications
the Youkols
via
are going
email.
to
I do
stay
not
here
get
until I
subscriber
return.
notifications
That
that
way
way.
you'll know that I'll be coming back here as soon as I can. So that way we can stop losing time with all these annoying procedures.
I had really good stuff in the
what
North End
happens
in
when you
Boston.
finally
I don't
get
remember the restaurant because there's like a million Italian
Since they
restaurants.
don't
That's
have
how the
the right
North End
papers,
works.
I'm sure the Youkols will agree to give you a good chunk of their savings to smooth things over. That will compensate for any nuisance they've caused.
What are you talking about?
I did not actually invoke the bribery option, did I?
Cash. Lots of cash. To get you to look the other way
Why
while
would
they
she? Oh my
cross to the
god,
other
this is such a
side.
terrible. She's got no read on
Well,
this.
I just have to go and see what my boss says when I call.
His boss is an
It's
angry
like they're always
poster.
telling us, rule number 1, always inform your superiors. And rule number 2, in case of doubt, be sure to refer to rule number 1.
I hate that they don't use the actual number sign. It drives me nuts.
The idea is for you
I know
not to
Subby
go
wants. I
calling
don't know.
on
That
your
seems
superiors.
weird, right?
You
Like
keep
I
the
can't
money
tell
for
if I
yourself,
missed the
see?
setting somewhere,
You
but I don't
get it?
think you can set those up.
Okay.
It seems
well,
important, though, right?
I don't actually know if I can actually do that.
But remember, you can't tell anyone, but you should think about it. With that much money, you'll be able to become a full-time fisherman.
Did he mention to us being a fisherman? I'm so distracted today. If he did, I missed it.
Oh, yeah.
But it seems like
Right.
she just made a giant logical leap.
Okay,
Cool.
that's fine. However, you actually just need to engage the water wheel in the river there. To activate the bridge, and so I can use it to authorize you to cross. There's so many people traveling with you in your group, I don't want to leave my post.
That won't
This
be
guy's
necessary.
very reasonable
I took
for
care of
someone
the
who
motor
are
already.
bribing. Well, I guess
What?
maybe this is a country where that would not
But
be
you should have
especially
asked.
frowned upon or something.
Well, you have to admit the timing is good.
Well, yeah, that's true. So, tell me when you actually want to cross.
Why is there an option?
Well, no offense, sir, but you seem a bit hesitant.
See you
when was
later,
the last time you
Arcadius.
saw
Thanks for
someone
coming out
here?
to the stream. Hope you have a good night.
Yes.
Well, to be honest, I've actually been here for 6 months, and I never saw anybody. Not a soul. Nobody. Well, I don't talk much, which is kind of understandable, you know.
Didn't this guy do a different
Sometimes I
voice
do
in
a
this
little
game?
fishing to
It's kind of
keep busy.
distracting me.
I may end up actually talking with the dead fish.
I see.
It's sad. Why is the border crossing guard at like the very end of the game the most relatable character in the game? I feel bad, man. Ooh, theater nerd rocking the Mo emoji from my sister's channel. That's impressive. Well done. Yeah, thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy while I stumble through this game. We've been playing it for a couple weeks now, and we think we're near the end. But also, this game has a tendency to just, like, derail us horrifically. So, do you know about the weird shaman known as the
Do
Watcher?
you know if there's still somebody on the other side?
No, there's no one in that other country on the other side of the
I've
border.
never been there, actually. I don't have the right. It's foreign. Apart from the crazy guy who lives there,
That's the one! I'm looking for that guy, the
never
crazy
seen
one.
anybody, But
The one living in that yurt on the other side?
yeah,
I don't know what a
little
yurt
nonsense.
is.
My border contact, as the manual says.
Do you know him personally?
Well, I never actually saw him close up, because he's on the other side. Makes sense. And to be totally
God,
honest,
he practically did the
it's kinda like
ocelot gesture there.
sometimes we just trade provisions using the zip line they went and had installed over the river when they built the bridge.
Start work on your first fursuit.
The
Oh,
old
that's
guy really does
exciting.
like his booze, you know.
My
So I sent
close
him
friend
over a
from high
couple bottles
school
of vodka
is
from
big
time
into
to
the
time.
furry community.
You know, just a matter of maintaining pretty good border relations.
He had a custom suit created for a unique kind of animal whose name escapes me now. It's been a while since he showed me the pictures of it.
But why was the old Youkol bridge that was here before destroyed?
It wasn't really all that sturdy, from what I was told.
I like that transition.
More,
Well, it was basically a
effective
crap bridge made out of
actual
cardboard.
Border control.
Meaning?
Well, as you can see, it's made of, 2 co-interdependent mobile components. And I'm the one who activates it here. So it's really the safest border in the world. Anyway, that's what my superiors told me.
Well, I am going to the other side.
Okay. Yeah, okay, why not?
Oh, that's a great point. I saw
just
some
go
of the
over there,
pictures.
right in front of the bridge,
Congrats
and
on
I'll
surviving the
take you
10K,
across.
all things considered. I hope you're feeling alright. I know that you're probably having an even more rough week than I am. Do I need to find another water wheel? Where would I go? I feel like I need another one to make this bridge raise. Dorax, are you looking at the walkthrough again? After talking to him, I just go to his door and try to, like, force my way in. So he's been, like, the most reasonable character we've met in the whole game. Which is, like, a little concerning, actually. Oh, what is this? I missed this somehow.
How odd. A kind of pan or oven, I guess.
I need a pan or oven, I guess. What is this? What is this? Okay. This is a really elaborate mini golf hole? Probably don't want that. Oh, good. What does that do for me? Ah, the control is so glorious. Guys, I turned all the things. Was that what we were looking for? Unclear on the parameters as usual. I mean, do what? Can I turn it that way? I want this. Well, what? What? That was weird. It, like, did a whole 360 spin without me, like, interacting with the controls. Waffle maker! Ah. It's some kind of pan or oven, I guess. Thanks, Serpentine. You got a solid read on it. It's my bad. I really should have figured that out myself. So I have this lighter. Oh, I have no ability to interact items with this? Does that mean I really just, like, use what is provided? Because, like, I just moved all the things, and I don't know what it does. Okay, so this part I get, because I'm pretty sure there's... Oh, okay, that camera, though. Let's take a step... Oh, there was another point of interaction. I remember back in college, at the dining hall, they had, like, Waffle Wednesdays. There's always a gigantic line for waffles.
They're
I was
damp
always in
being
that line.
outside.
They're damp from being outside. But... So I need, like, different wood? Can I just put this whole stump? Wait, what? Does it want an item? How about a knife?
It doesn't work.
Yeah, I'm somehow not surprised by
No
that.
way.
Wait. Whoa. Guys? Guys! Guys? Can I take a second to introduce you all to the game of Syberia 3? I know we've been playing for weeks now, but just in case you're new, as some of you are, you may notice that at the start of this chapter we had no knives. We had a knife before. We've had a knife for almost the whole game, in fact. And I was really concerned because all of a sudden we didn't have a knife. But now, if you were paying really close attention, you may have noticed that now we have one knife, two knives. Somehow, we created a duplicate knife using mind magic.
That's not right.
The other knife doesn't solve the problem either, just in case. Ooh, waffles superior to pancakes, huh? I'm not sure if I could get behind that. Like, there's so much variance to waffles that, like, a really good waffle is exceptional. But, like, pancakes are definitely more reliable in that, like, bad pancakes are still great, whereas a bad waffle is, like, disappointing. Use the knife on the knife. I can't combine things in my inventory. I can't use those things together. You can't duplicate 0 knives. That's a good point, actually. And yet somehow I have. So, take that. Oh, clearly I'm missing, like, a block of cheese or something? Like, what's happening here? Quarter part of resin. Okay. I got some resin. Something else that I need to know about this? I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm going to... do I just, like, look at every drawer and then combine them into, like, one functional pan or something? It seems like a glitch. I like the understatement there, Kat. That seems like a glitch. I'm like, yeah, I mean, that's probably a glitch. I doubt that's intended. It doesn't seem to make very much sense. I don't get it. I'm not sure that I get it, but I'm pretty sure I don't get it. It's definitely a fruitcake filled with goldfish crackers. I definitely agree with you. Like, can we take a close look at it again in the inventory? I'm pretty sure no, because that's how this game works. I mean, we can look at it, but, like, it's probably not going to be as clear. Observe. There's definitely some shapes on the back of this thing that look like goldfish crackers, right? Like, I'm totally right there with you. I don't have, like, a look at it button. I could just... Oh my god, the camera. This one is the one I haven't looked at. Oh, hang on, what do we have here? Quarter part of yellow resin, and a quarter part of blue resin from the look of it. Okay. For waffles. Recently started taking cinnamon rolls and making waffles out of them. See, that sounds great. I love cinnamon. I love all sorts of things that are barely food and definitely not good for you. This is again why I'm surprised we had a vegetable stream section. Alright, well, I've opened most of the drawers now, and I seem to have accomplished nothing, so, again, welcome to Syberia 3. We did it! Oh my goodness, what is all this nonsense? Give me a screw funnel, and a different screw funnel, and then, like, a lantern or something? And, like, the titles, like, disappear before I even pick up the thing. And what is this? Red resin? Cool, we got some red resin, and is this a whole section of blue resin? Okay, but, like, what is any of this for? Why do I need any of this? Yeah, give me that log. Okay. So, we did it? Question mark? IHOP makes cinnamon roll French toast. I'm all about that. I'm not entirely sure I've ever seen cinnamon waffle, but I'm pretty sure I could get behind that. Can I... No, I think I have to, like...
How odd. A kind of
pan or oven,
I guess.
Let's see. Can we... First off, can we close the log drawer? I don't think it works like ceremonial bread, so I'm convinced I don't need any more of it. How to close. We did it! Okay. So that's one step down. I don't think I got a chance to look at this thing, whatever this is. Is that... Did I open the vent? Can I tell by looking at it? Is the camera going to cooperate for any amount of seconds? Nope, I can't tell by looking at it. Okay, so we obtained like an absolute ton of new items, and I don't think I know what to do with any of them. I mean, do we have exactly enough resin sections to make a weird multicolored circle of resin? We have 2 yellows, a blue, a red, and then a full blue wheel and a log. So, like 4 hours of sleep and 9 hours of work. That's not a great combination, if I'm being honest, Haggis. If I were you, I would prefer a different combination. But then again, every Saturday morning for like the past month, my neighbors in the building next door, because I like live at the end of my building, have been like operating tools at like 8 in the morning on Saturdays. So I never really get to catch up on sleep because I hate everyone. So let's jam a log in the log drawer. Because, you know, I presume that's the function of it.
Impossible.
Really?
That's not right.
Do I need to take it to the chopping log and then knife it or something absurd? Let's try doing that. Don't know what to do in Syberia 3? Shocking. I know, the game is always so good at telling me how anything works or why we're doing it. Best part is if it was a Sierra game, you could definitely make this... Oh yeah, you could definitely make this unwinnable. Oh yeah. Not close. Okay, so we're going to put a log on the log and see what happens. Somehow I think this is going to lead to success. Log fusion.
Doesn't work.
It didn't work. I was wrong. It was foolish of me to think that might work. But I can chop this blue resin up for some reason. Again, I'm really unclear as to what we're doing, but we've got 2 knives, so we might as well use at least one of them. It's practically unwinnable now. Yeah, I think we entered a fail state the second we turned the game on, if I could be honest. Why did I do that? Can I pick that up again? Or is that just gone? Oh my god, is that for real? Wait, what? What? Oh my gosh, what? So we found a bunch of resin, right? We found 2 quarter sections of yellow resin, 1 quarter section of blue resin, 1 quarter section of red resin. I don't think any character has mentioned to us anything that indicates why we want any quantity of resin of any color. But we also found a full wheel, 4 sections fused together of blue resin. And apparently, the game would have me believe that the correct thing to do is to take the one entire, like, full unit of resin and chop out 1/4 of it and just leave the rest of it there. It's no longer good to me. I cannot interact with it or do anything. I don't know why that's the case. I really have no idea. But now, I guess I'm fusing the 4 quarters that I have into one resin monster? Oh man, is this weird contraption that thing that Finster uses to make monsters in Power Rangers? We're making, like, the pie chart monster? That's totally it, isn't it? Figured it out, you guys. So early construction start as early as 7 a.m. Now I summon Exodia, but I only have 4 parts! Or, technically, like, 7 parts? Now that I have my knife back, can I use the knife on the door? And why is there an exclamation mark that comes up on this screen exactly and no other screen in the game? Wait, this guy wasn't here before.
I can't let you in. Maybe come to the counter instead.
When I knocked on this door before, he wasn't there. Like, I was right about that. That's weird.
Go around if you want to talk to me. It will be a lot easier.
I just want to make him feel as uncomfortable as possible. Because, you know. Your grandfather's deck has no bad inventory items. Well, I'm starting to doubt that, especially if he was a grandfather clock. Okay, so... I'm gonna talk to Kurt again. I don't think he's gonna have any new information, but I'm currently at a loss for any amount of information. Like, I need to cross...
News from the Watcher?
Okay, so he's not gonna talk to me until I talk to the Watcher. I mean, that's good to know. It's true, somewhere I have a first edition Exodia set from Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon. But I don't think it's worth very much anymore because they've, like, reprinted them all as commons repeatedly. Side tangent. There are a lot of combo decks in Hearthstone that are, like, completely uninteractive, and so, like, people will sometimes describe them as Exodia such and such, like Exodia Shaman deck. And, like, I really hate that they do that because I feel like it misrepresents what is interesting about Exodia. Like, Exodia itself is uninteractive in that you just show your opponent that you have all the Exodia cards in your hand. But, like, you have to make a very specific kind of deck in order to win with Exodia. You can't just, like, put them in your deck and have them do anything, which is, like, what all of those Hearthstone decks do. So that's just a miniature rant by Vasco.
Need rest. Spirits drink under table.
Shaman's beverage? Do you need a shaman's beverage to drink under the table? Or maybe I could just kill you with a knife. Light your yurt on fire? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what your business is. So I can't talk to her. Can I talk to Oscar? I think, like, Oscar didn't actually have, like, an interaction point before, so maybe I can't talk to Oscar. The Yu-Gi-Oh game I ever played was Duelist Rose. Oh man, that game was a challenge to play.
Our friend the shaman is up there. She's resting after the ritual, and I'm making sure she has everything she needs.
So, no one's going to give me any information. So, does that mean I just have to figure out how this, like, oven thing works? Man, those creatures are awful. What's up with these hanging braziers in wicker and cloth yurts? This is a fantastic idea. That feels like it's just, like, asking for trouble, man. Mirror Wall is an interesting card in that it's always either, like, totally broken or useless. Okay, so... let's try just, like, jamming some resin bits into this thing and see what we can do. We have to, see, it's doing that thing again. It's, like, possessed. Alright, somehow it got there in the end. Alright, let's take a look at this. And then, can I... okay. Do I not need to yet? Because, like, I can't seem to... Is it gonna tell me if I'm doing the wrong thing? Man, I got no idea what I'm doing. So it wouldn't let me put the wood in here.
Right.
What are these funnels for? They have different symbols on them? Am I understanding that correctly? Yeah, this is like a infinity funnel. It doesn't really look like a funnel though, does it? It looks like a wall sconce or something. Like, it doesn't look like you could put liquid in it and have it drain to a narrow point. You know, the thing a funnel does. So, like, I don't know why you would call it a funnel. Does one even have a symbol? What is this thing? Oh, there it is. It's a cursed 7? I don't know.
Not a chance. Nothing. It doesn't work.
Do we need to get, like, an axe
No
from
way.
someone to chop
Let's
this
try
wood?
something else. Impossible. Nothing.
So I'm going to close these drawers for the sake of sanity, now that I have explored them all. Also, to stall and give me some opportunity to try and understand what on earth I'm supposed to do here. Because it doesn't come to mind. I have no characters I could talk to other than the border guard guy. I have this weird, nonsensical oven contraption that definitely wouldn't just be, like, sitting out here like this. Can't seem to just light that... Wait, why are the funnels back? Why are the graphics for the funnels back in the thing that I took them out of? There should no longer be any funnels here because they're all in my inventory. We just looked at them. We know this. We know this is fact. I'm gonna close this because apparently there's no point of interaction left here. Except whatever this is. What does that do? What does that mean? Why that? Okay. And before the whole puzzle is a red herring. Don't give the game any ideas, Haggis. It's magic. What kind of magic, though? Serpentine, I won't blame you if it comes to that. So this is gone now. This is dead to me. Do I have... Can I just, like, ask someone to push that button so I can ride the basket across the stupid river?
A Youkol lighter. The Smiths, probably.
I don't know what to do with any of these funnels or this log or this resin. They're like the only things I could do anything with. It's concerning. Alright, so...
They're damp from being outside. How odd. What kind of
I keep forgetting that
pander
look at is not
oven
the
like
thing that I
this?
press to look at it. It should be obvious, I guess. Okay. Okay. So, like, in the previous Syberia games, if something didn't make sense, it's because it had this weird sort of, like, internal logic where it was made of, like, advanced clockwork nonsense that, like, wouldn't make sense to a layperson. Like, in this game, if something doesn't make sense, it's just because, like, they didn't think about it ever. Like, I'm not sure why I want a multicolored resin thing. I don't know why I can't make it like a whole wheel. Why there's like a cutout here. Am I supposed to put something under? Because, like, I can lift this up. I put something under that? What would I put? Like, I can't interact items anywhere other than that, like, top row thing, right? Oh, man. Do I accidentally have, like, a pamphlet on why I want resin? Rainbow resin or something? Nope, I only have that accursed manuscript that gave me some clues as to the unsolvable rune puzzle. I'm pretty sure they are fruitcakes. Maybe resin is Youkol for fruitcake. Oh, that sweet, seamless loading process. Top notch. So that doesn't do anything. I can only harass him and he'll tell me to come around to the counter. Here we have the basket. Like, this would make more sense. Like, am I supposed to be sending a message
That's
to
not right. Let's try something else.
that other shaman guy?
Doesn't work.
And if so,
Impossible.
shouldn't someone tell me what
No
kind of message
way.
I'm meant to send to him?
Not a chance. Nothing. That's not right. No way. Not a chance. It doesn't work.
Log?
Let's try something else. Nothing.
Quarter of yellow resin. Seems like a strange thing to me. Like, this is like a heavy-duty gondola thing. I could easily ride this across. Why would I not do that? Why would that not be my go-to solution to this talk to someone on the other side of the river problem? Also, why is there a mummy in here? Why would there actually be a mummy in this place? Any ideas? Anyone know why there would be a mummy here? Accepting all theories. Guess I could try going down to the bottom level again, but I think that's just the water wheel, isn't it? Seems like it. And I can't even interact with that anymore. Maybe the spider was bigger than we thought. Not sure how that answers that, but it is disconcerting. Did you mummify a spider? I'm not sure spiders work that way. This cave basement has everything. Mummies, paintings, no doors, source engine, explosive barrels. I mean, frankly, K-Mag, that theory is as good as anything that we currently have to work off of. I'm gonna talk to the border crossing guard again, because, like, I can't find any other, like, screens to visit, or items I can use, or literally anything that helps me make any progress here. So, to those of you who thought this was going to be a short stream, the joke's on me, because, why?
Go next to the bridge and I'll bring you over.
What? Wait, I was next to the bridge before. I did that a while ago. Why is this necessary? Why would this not just be a cutscene? Explain to me why. I don't understand. Well, on the bright side, we very thoroughly explored this area while waiting for the game to do something it should have done by itself. Seriously, did anyone playtest this game? Because, like, it just does not... It just does not, man. You know what I mean? No, my mind was loose to begin with, K-Mac. You were there when we played Life is Strange. That's when stuff really started going dark. This bridge, we saw a cutscene where this bridge already raised. Oh, for some reason only one bridge can be raised at a time. This feels like a very nonsensical way to control one's border. Yeah, well, we got to the yurt, everybody. We did it? Question mark? Still unclear about this resin thing? Am I stuck on a rock? This game can... I don't know what, but I'm not happy with it. Ooh, look at this boss scarecrow. Yeah. Can I steal some pumpkins from this guy before I ever talk to him? Not as bad as Chapter 2 of King's Quest in that key. Oh, you mean like the lockpick that doesn't pick the lock? Yeah, that was bad. I was unhappy with that turn of events. That was very misleading. Can't steal a shovel or anything. What's even the point of meeting a new person if I can't just steal their crap, you know? This is how you know I'm an adventure gamer, because of this. Why is this game so good? Genuinely ask. I'm not sure I understand the genuine question you're trying to ask. Like, is your question, like, do people consider this game good? Or, like, what is it about this game that we are enjoying? I'm not sure what your question is. I'm trying to ascertain your question. I'm gonna talk to the guy now. I've invaded your home.
Ah, yes, that's her. Kate Walker.
Uh-oh.
The one who left her old life far behind her.
And then was accosted by shaman ghosts.
And she isn't stopping.
You had the option to knock out... Oh, yeah. That part. Where, like... Yeah. Yeah, that was really bad, Neko.
You're right. Yes, it's really her.
Yes, that's me. I'm here.
Hello. Sorry for interrupting your, conversation, but...
The spirits love to have a chat, Kate Walker. And they love interfering in our affairs.
Why is it that this guy's capable of saying our name?
Sometimes they protect you. Sometimes they abandon you to your fate.
We already had, like, a spirit quest in the second game. I don't know why Kate would suddenly be like, what's with spirits?
The new migration of the Youkols and their ostriches.
That's right. The Youkols need your benediction to be able to cross, and...
They say a great danger threatens you. The spirits like to warn of danger. It makes them feel important.
That's a really weird read on spirits, but sure.
Yes, people are chasing us, which means it's even more important for us to have your authorization to cross.
But first...
But the Youkols suck, and I hate them.
With the spirits, there are always tests to pass. And there are always presents you have to give.
He definitely just did the ocelot gesture.
It's vodka.
For the spirits.
I didn't know the spirits like to drink.
That's why they call them spirits, lady.
And through me, the spirits will get soused. It puts them in a very good mood.
Yeah, I see. And after that, you let us pass?
Okay.
You must also recite the incantation. And then after that, the caravan may go to the sacred lands.
Tell me about that
Can you
sweet
tell
incantation.
me more about the incantation we have to recite?
It's a prayer to the spirits that's been handed down from shaman to shaman.
And
I believe it goes rub-a-dub-dub, thanks for the grub.
Spirits need signs. They understand the language of fire and smoke. It is hoped that Kate Walker will find what is needed on the other side of the river. The remains of migrations past are still there, but the
why is this guy like a vampire or something?
Secrets once the offering of
Kate Walker's so saucy. I think I agree with that, yeah.
When it comes to business, Kate Walker.
You could easily push him down the hill to get past. We could do that, but we need, like, the spiritual blessing of this guy, or the other people won't be willing to shove him down a hill. That's where we have the impasse. Prophecy, tell me all about your glorious prophecy.
Your virtues.
Yeah.
They may
that stands, though.
Cause you're lost, Kate Walker. Be careful, Took.
That's all.
From trials comes strength.
Your spirits really do like to generalize.
they have a passion for Hallmark cards. Yeah, also, I just want to be clear about one thing. So throughout this game, we've seen the Youkols just say, like, "took" as, like, just like a random word they throw in their sentences. In Syberia, too, it was used fairly consistently as, like, a greeting among the Youkol people. So they would say, like, "toot toot, Kate Walk." And so that was just like, hello, like, greetings. And in this game, they're just like, yeah, sure, like, we want it to seem like they have a language, but we can't bother to make one. So they'll just say, like, took randomly. It's really annoying.
And what about that alcohol you need? Where can I get some?
That should not pose any problem at all for Kate Walker. The spirits don't have a particularly favorite brand.
Okay. I've got work to do. I'll go find a way to get you something you can use to toast your immaterial friends with.
The spirits are also very sensitive, Kate Walker. They don't like being laughed at. So...
Rolling one's eyes is not the same as laughing, I would point out. Can I steal stuff from, like, inside his hut? Give me your stuff. I need, like, inventory items that make sense. Weird, horrible vampire man. It's true, those boots are incredible. I think we're all on the same page about that. Can I just, like, walk down this road forever? At what point is she like, maybe I shouldn't leave the Youkols to die? Because if we could just keep walking, like, game over, man.
So this is Yakistan. If only the tribe... No. First I have to get the Youkols across.
Do we? Or can I just leave? One more try.
No. First I have to get the Youkols across.
It's disappointing, man. So I'm terrible at geography, which I'm sure I've said multiple times. Is Yakistan a real country, or is that something, like, made up for the Animaniacs? Because it kind of sounds like the second thing, and not so much the former. Those camera changes. Good for something, but not for something good. So am I supposed to use the oven thing to, like, make vodka? Because I don't really know how vodka is made. I don't think that's knowledge that, like, just random people have. Keep throwing shades at shades. I like it. Is he gonna do the bridge? Sure is, right next to Bullshitistan. Yeah, that sounds about right. Have you found any infinite ceremonial bread yet? Surely it would help my inventory. I agree. I wish I did. What's happening? Are we stranded now? This seems like a really odd time for him to get cold feet about this bribery arrangement.
Finally. What is he doing?
Hey, wait!
He looks really ridiculous riding that, like, motorcycle. I don't know why. I think it's just his general size and the seeming tininess of the motorcycle. So now I have to, like, figure out how to break in there and use the controls to, like, manage the bridge myself. Now it wants to show me this. So he didn't leave it unlocked. That, you know, makes sense. Seriously, what is with that exclamation mark? Other people are seeing that, right? It's not just like on my console or something.
It doesn't work.
Knife the door. Flint the door. Goggles it.
That's not right.
Scarf it? We tried that once
something
before.
else.
I believe that was a real thing we did.
No way.
Also, Oscar's heart is definitely not in my inventory. I know we've been over this, but seriously, it's not. It's in his chest right now. Alright, I'm gonna talk to Kurt and see if he cares that I need to make vodka, and maybe he'll, like, tell me something about making vodka. This game presumes you have so many bizarre skills and knowledge that you don't.
News from the Watcher?
Seriously?
We must cross the water quickly, Kate Walker.
Does anyone have any objections to me just pushing Kurt in the water and saying that I'm the guard now? For some reason I can't walk back the way I came. Alright, I'm gonna try to talk to the shaman lady, and then I'm out of, like, reasonable ideas again. Can I have his brick? Team push Kurt. What is the deal with this brick I got? Give him a rock before you push him. Well, luckily I just picked up a brick. I mean, it's not the heaviest rock, but it'll do, maybe.
Not very subtle, but usually pretty effective.
Oh, I'm like literally just gonna smash the window in? Well, I'll take it. I'll take the one instance of the game suggesting the next course of action. Let's do it, guys. Let's commit vandalism. And then push Kurt. Would you like a hint? No, I think I might have gotten there, Cap, but we'll see what happens. Alright. Bust out this brick. Seriously, though, if anyone knows what the deal is with that exclamation mark, I would be interested in learning. Because it seems like some weird programming error. Could you just, like, open the door? Like, this game just, like... This game will not give me credit for knowing that I need to go inside the building, but will, like, assume I'll make these gigantic logical leaps that I would never know without, like, the game's input. Incidentally, brick is one of my favorite words. Interesting.
With the customs officer gone, there's no way to get the Youkols across without someone staying on this side. Right. Well, we'll see about that later.
Are you kidding me? Does that flask just have vodka in it? Is that... Did we just lock a key in a drawer again? Don't tell me that's the thing. Is that the thing? Can I do the... There's a look point. Why won't it look at it? I want to know... I want her to look at it and tell me if it's full or not. Does anyone else in chat have favorite words? I'm partial to, I've always liked doppelganger for some reason. And, I've grown fond of activate. Because it's a very, like, card game-centric word. You'll find yourself using that a lot in most card games. Also, of course, activating one's trap card is, well, it's one of the greatest pleasures in life. Mahogany. Yeah, I think a lot of people like the way mahogany sounds. Gage is a good one. Oh, hey, look, I found his home. Wait, if he lives in here, like, what? Where did he go? We didn't even, like, pay him the money, right? I don't even think it was implied that we paid him the money. What do I do with the pile of papers? This seems unhelpful. Is it like kindling for something? My favorite phrase is, "I'll punch you in the neck." That feels specific. Do you have a lot of use for punching people in the neck, K-Mag? Is that everything? So I got a flask that I am uncertain whether it is full or empty, or whether it would contain vodka if it was full. I got some papers that seem unhelpful. And he left the oven on. That seems unsafe. Of course, I'm not sure he plans on coming back here. Just when he was like the one likable character in the game.
There's no way to get the Youkols across.
His character motivation all of a sudden just drops dead. Just doesn't make any sense. Seems like a weird place to put your bear rug too. So I guess I can't go across the bridge again without someone's help, so I need to talk to someone. Maybe Oscar? My friends bother me in school, I would threaten them with a punch. Usual. It's true, I've threatened many a friend with violence. Almost never with any actual intent to harm them. Only like 2-3 dozen times. You know, not a big deal. Oscar, would you be a deer and just, like, operate the bridge?
Our friend the shaman is up there. She's resting after the ritual, and I'm
Why
making
does
sure she
everyone
has
have such a
everything she
one-track
needs.
mind? And that track being like, let's just not help Kate Walker fix all the problems. It'd be great if you would just help me fix the problem. I don't even want to... I don't even, like, expect you to do everything. I just want help solving the problem. In this instance, I literally can't do it alone.
How do you feel, Mrs. Ayahuasca?
See,
Trance of ceremonies, eat all
I really want to know what that scriptwriter's nightmare
so shaman,
trophy is for.
Very, very weak.
I'm sorry to interrupt your convalescence.
Because,
but
like,
there's
is
a
the
problem with
script the
watcher
scriptwriter's
on the
nightmare?
other side of the bridge.
What problem? Asks for fuel for spirits? Vodka, always fuel for spirits.
I mean,
yes, but I already did that.
so
But
literally,
he
we
wants
just
me to
found a
recite
flask
kind
of vodka?
prayer so that the tribe can cross over. Can you tell
That's
me
so
more about
dumb. That's dumb, you guys.
Miss Kate Walker must make...
My favorite phrase be touch your
Signals of
face, or would that
smoke.
be text? I think that might be the
Withholding
professor's
shame of the
favorite phrase.
ancestors.
She really latched onto that.
Signals?
Before they left, she insisted we take a ceremonial photo of me
Ayahuasca
getting $5 in exchange for touching his
uses
face. I don't know where it ended up, though.
Above.
I think guys are weird about their friends. They threaten each other with fake violence a lot. Let me look in your chest. Ew. Why is there like... Ugh. Oh, guys, found the toilet paper. Can I grab that? Can I just have that for later? Some weird hitbox detection here. I'm trying to steal your money. Can I have that? Nope, can't interact with that either. I don't actually know what thing I'm looking for, because I was reading chat instead of paying attention. That one's on me. Her staff. What? Wow, it literally does just say Youkol manual on it, doesn't it? That's ridiculous.
She fell asleep.
Observe. There's no zoom in, is there? Just... Why won't it let me, like, look at this? Because, like, this is clearly the solution to the resin puzzle. Because it has yellow, blue, blue, red, and they have the shapes of those weird corkscrew funnels. So is the thing that I have to do... Pick up random house to make them a book? It would certainly take a random house to help the Youkols do that when everyone's so racist against them. One of your favorite phrases is ack as a brick? I don't think I've heard that before. Familiar with an episode of Freakazoid with a rant about bricks. But I don't think that's related. So...
How odd. What kind of pan
why does
or oven?
Why does the look button not look at the thing that I need to interact with? Can we not make, like, one thing in this game simple? So... Freakazoid. Oh, okay. Okay. So one is the corkscrew thing. God, I wish it would just let me zoom in on this. It's like I can tell. It's so asinine. There we go. I found it. I made it work.
Youkol symbols.
I want to let me just like have a good look at that though. Like it zoomed in on for a second. She says Youkol symbols, and then it zooms out. I can't like scroll over the symbols. The only actual part of this item that matters. So, okay, let's look at this. Let's take all of our fruitcake back. Yeah, it zoomed in on exactly one symbol, and she's like, ah, symbols! And then it's gone, and I can't... Alright, so... Still not totally clear on what it is I'm supposed to do with the funnels that aren't funnels. Oh, there it is. This. Okay.
Youkol symbols.
So it's like blue snake, blue infinity, red cursed letter. So let's focus on the red one first. That's not the thing. Is this the one? Funnel 4. So I'm missing a funnel? Am I missing a funnel? Oh god. Oh god.
An engraved symbol.
So this is the yellow symbol? Why is it that if I get 3 funnels together, they would be numbered 1, 3, and 4, without them actually having, like, a number written on them to label them? So, like, am I supposed to... Let me try something here. Can I use an item here? Is this where the funnel goes? Guys, I'm missing a funnel. So, I don't know what to do about that. Where would I get another funnel? Was there a funnel in her, like, magical dentist box? Can I put a funnel here? Like, I don't know where to put the funnels either. It feels like a problem. Can't put one here. Can't interact with any items here, right? Like, that's... Yeah, I was just thinking maybe below in the drawers. It's like the one place I haven't been able to, like, put anything. But that doesn't seem like that makes any kind of sense.
No way.
Nope, highlighting
That's
the wrong
not
thing.
right. Not a chance. Let's try something else.
Doesn't seem like that's right, but I feel like that's a reasonable thing to try. I'm gonna try talking to Kurt again, and I'm pretty sure he's just gonna be like, news from the Watcher, and then I'm gonna somehow hack into the game and kick him into the river. Does that sound good to everyone? I like this plan. I can't believe that somehow there's this much nonsense left to do. Would I like a hint? Give me a hint. Unless it has something to do with talking... How am I here?
News from the Watcher?
How did I manage to break the game so badly that this is an option? Alright, well, we made it back, and the camera didn't move until we were all the way back. Why does this
They're
exist?
damp from being outside.
So, like, I'm getting the impression that the thing that I want to do, if I could get the camera to, like, look in the correct direction again, I've broken it in, like, 2 different ways now. So, if I get the camera to, like, flip and then flop, maybe we can look at it again? But, like, I think maybe I'm supposed to, like, steam resin to make colored smoke or something? And I have to do it in the order of the staff, and for some reason I need the funnel. Do I put the funnels at the top of the pipes? AK Walker, please brew some moonshine. I mean, we're basically there currently. Look at the back of... See, I can't look at the back of the chimney, can I?
How odd.
Of course, the look button doesn't look! Why? Why? Who programmed this? Oh, fuck you, game. I don't know, there's like nothing that even makes me think that I should do this. Like, I was just thinking that, like, it had to have something to do with, like, making colored smoke or something out of each one of these pipes, but then I was like, but how? And apparently the answer is nonsense. Just put them in order. I mean, yeah. I'm not sure which order is correct, though. Like, left to right. Like, I don't know what the like, front is, you know? But do we know that 3 is in the correct place?
Youkol symbols.
Why does it look at the wrong part of the thing?
Youkol symbols.
So, infinity. So, if that was true, then Snake would be there, and then infinity would be 3. Is it also labeled as 3? So many ways you could interpret so many of these stupid clues, or lack thereof. So that's the oval. This is infinity. So infinity ought to go in this one, I think? And then... I think 1 is the one with the weird... Yeah, 1... Well, I would only remove the funnel that's in there, like, with 1 possible reading of the order. Which, again, the game doesn't tell me which order... Like, I don't know what the front of the device is. Right? So, like, I could read it left to right or right to left, depending on which way I'm looking at it. And the game doesn't really give me an indication when I put a thing in the thing, if it is correct. So glad there are so many fiddly bits to this puzzle. I mean, I think we all can agree that the best part of any puzzle-solving experience is the mechanical manipulation of hoping that a thing is correct because the clues aren't clear. Right? Like, that's like the good part. That's what we want. Turned out reading something. How... appears to be a Youkol artifact to give you clues to a mechanism. Man, nothing about the Youkol culture makes any sense. Like, the only technology that the Youkols had in the second game was given to them by Hans Vorarlberg in order to, like, secure his own voyage in the future. So, like, it doesn't really make any sense that the Youkols would have this as part of their culture. I mean, look at their yurts. I mean, like, they have, like, a blacksmith, and that's about it. Okay, so, like, the red one would go here. If we're... No, it's at the bottom, right? Stupid stick that I can't look at correctly. I'm pretty sure no one ever playtested this game, just
Youkol symbols.
sure. So... yeah, the red one would go... Wait, I can use something with, like, out here? That makes me so very unhappy. Why can't I just look at it normally in my inventory? Or, if you want me to put it here to look at it, why not just... Why not just, like, make a thing that the staff goes on? Why do you have to be so difficult about everything? So, this being the case, I need... Yeah, the snake's definitely in the wrong place. Like, normally when it wants me to put something down, it's like, here's the spot where it goes, and then, like, this time it's like, nah, just, like, guess that you randomly put a stick on top of this desk, and that's the correct, having a desk surface becomes the cipher to this puzzle. Give me this crap. Why did someone put it in, like, what? Why was this stored in this fashion where, like, something was put back in the wrong place? No, open up. So... snake goes in this one. Okay. Alright, I think that was correct. Observe. Where's the symbol on this one? Yeah, that's correct. Which means... that when I put this in, I'm done with the funnels. But also, I'm still pretty sure that funnels don't work this way. And this device is nonsense. Alright, so like that section down, and then it's red, blue, blue, yellow. Right, so we put... I'm not sure if it matters. Like, I'm just really not sure if it matters where we put the thing. Like... in relation to the other stuff. Words are becoming difficult as the game is wearing down my endurance by existing. Let's see, so it has to be positioned like that in order to close, it looks like. Can we... where's the... Okay, now... lower this, look at this, and we put a blue thing here. Okay. And then we do something similar... sure, this works, I think. And then we look at this, and we put... so, like, I would like everyone's opinion on what it is about this really complicated puzzle that's interesting or creative. Because this just strikes me as like a ton of busy work. Like the hardest part of this is A, figuring out what on God's green earth it wants you to do in the first place. And not because, oh, it's so hard, but because like literally though, like what? What do you want from me? And then, like, secondly, just like the mechanical manipulation of like putting everything in the right place when you're done. Okay, so we've put a bunch of cakes in a thing, and frankly, I feel no closer to having accomplished anything despite seemingly almost totally solving this puzzle. But I still don't know how to, like, light a fire in it. Because, like, I can just put the log in here, I guess? And then...
It's not catching. I need something to get the fire going.
So then I put his paperwork on the thing? I just feel like they didn't think through this game experience. Like, it feels like homework. Position does not matter. Well, I sure hope not. So the only thing left to do... Okay, yeah, I just have to turn the widgets on the bottom of the things, and I think that opens the vent to where the heat is coming through so that it melts the resin and makes the color. So this is like this is a prayer, correct? That's cool. We are 2 hours into the stream, and like, holy crap, this game is like acid rain. The end doesn't seem near. Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with you, yeah. Was there like a question in there for me? I'm genuinely not sure. So I don't know... Do I want this or do I not want this? I think I did it. Maybe? Maybe I did it. It's like loading something, but that could mean anything. Maybe the Invisible Man's just gonna show up. It's gonna be all teeth and stuff. I am genuinely unclear as to whether I want that bottom part opened or not. I mean, like, this seems fine. Again, there's just not really a clear indication. And we apparently just, like, lost the thing where there was, like, a whole screen dedicated to looking at Kurt. Because, like, now all we can do is this. The camera just doesn't go there anymore. Which is perplexing. So, like, I think I did it? Do I need to, like, close the drawers or some nonsense? I mean, I have colorful smoke. I think I put all the funnels in the right place, which, again, I would point out that if you were to look at this smoke, you would not know what kind of funnel there was. You need to position each resin piece correctly. They are not right now. Hey, someone told me I didn't have to do that. Didn't they? Didn't someone say I did not have to do that correctly? I was pretty sure they are correct. Because, like, don't I want the resin to be directly over the thing? Like, my assumption would be that I want the resin over the thing. Is that not correct? Because, like, my interpretation is that the heat is coming through the bottom, and so I want that, like, open vent part to, like, be directly under the resin to heat it to make the smoke. Like, that seems to be the thing that makes sense. What this? I mean, that looks right to me. Why do they need to be in the lower left corner? Like, I can't think of literally any mechanical reason why that... Come on. K-Mac, I think you're having too much fun. I think you may need to excuse yourself from the stream. Just because, like, I'm worried that you're going to have, like, a fit. But, like, seriously, Kat, I know you're, like, looking at a walkthrough or something, but, like, explain to me why... No, that's not... Like, why would I need it to be in a specific location? Because, like, as long as it's heating it, then it's solved. Right? That's how, like, physics works? So, like, the game ought to give me, like, some reason that I would be doing something that isn't physics. No, don't... Oh my god. The fiddly controls. They are the most enjoyable parts of the game. And the flask is still useful, but like I need the flask. Like obviously the flask is useful because I haven't used it yet. Like that's just yeah. What do you mean, Thorax? K-Mac is having so much fun. Didn't you catch his comment that he was enjoying so much this thing that was happening? But like how is one ever supposed to guess that like you've set up everything correctly, but we decided that the puzzle isn't done until you put everything in the lower left corner? Like what is how do you get there? Does it specify that it needs to be there, or are you just seeing a picture that shows it being there? Like, I know this game doesn't make a lot of sense, but, like, generally, and there are definitely exceptions within this game, but generally there's still an internal logic to stuff, right? Why are you so weird? Great, we got there eventually. So, like, hypothetically, we're done now? Because, like, it's still... Like, is it still just colored smoke? Because if it's still colored smoke, I feel like we've changed nothing. It looks like it's working less well. I'm gonna turn the knob at the left. Bottom tray into the opening. I mean, okay, I guess. Okay, so like, it's done now, right? Like we did whatever. Like it's done. We finished doing whatever it is. And I could be mistaken about this, but I'm definitely under the impression that this would be more or less the last major puzzle in the game. And boy, does that feel anticlimactic. So like, what then? Kat, as far as you can tell, have I done anything incorrect at this point, now that we've turned all the things to the left? Because, like, they're all doing the thing. As far as I know, they're all in the right position. I believe the colors are correct. Like, I can't think of any reason why it wouldn't be working.
You must cross the water quickly, Kate Walker.
If we're gonna cross the water quickly, I feel like I'm not the obstacle to that. If I'm being totally honest here. I feel like that's more of a Kurt issue than a Vasco issue. Or a Kate issue. Oh, wait a minute. I think I get it now. So, if I put vodka in the thing and send it to the other side of the river, then maybe he will see the smoke. And we're done? I'm gonna try that. I'm like 1/4 of a step ahead of you, cat. But thank you for keeping an eye out. Press the thing. See, I assumed that we were just gonna, like, operate the bridge like normal human beings, instead of assuming that this bucket works correctly all of a sudden after not using it to cross the bridge before. Because, like, also the thing is, like, he wouldn't know to be, like, waiting for a basket. Like, he's expecting me to come back with the thing, so I wouldn't assume this would work. Did he send us a large quantity of coal? Were the Youkols, like, super naughty? And is this guy also Youkol Santa Claus? Did we... like, what? What is it, though? I hope it's beans. Bags of sawdust. Bags of sawdust? Can I observe the bag of sawdust?
The sawdust that the Watcher sent me.
Alright, I'm gonna give this to Kurt and assume that this means something to him. Climb the ladder, please. Thank you. Let's go. Do you punch in the neck variety, perhaps? I mean, I think that could help. I somehow went the wrong way around the rocks. Alright, man. You take this sawdust, or else. That's just it, man.
News from the Watcher?
I got sawdust. No? Great. Okay, cool. Well, so here's the problem, right, Thorax? Like, I accept, and to a certain extent, I expect this game not to make any sense. But logic puzzles still are based in logic. So in order to solve a puzzle, there still has to be some groundwork of logic that you're working from. Now, the logic that is the basis of the puzzle is not always sound, and that generally leads to an unpleasant experience, as we've seen repeatedly throughout the game. However, you can't realistically solve a puzzle in most instances without attempting to work through some kind of logic. Now, sometimes, even if a game isn't totally straightforward about this, it can have an internal logic where you can understand how the game is thinking, but if there is such a thing in this game, I don't understand how it works. The final thing needed for the smoke puzzle. I mean, I guess? That's definitely not the first thing that comes to mind when I get the sawdust, but I've, in fact, tried every other thing I can do with it, because thankfully there's only like 4 things I could do with an item right now. And 2 of them are unbearably obstinate Youkols. Because, like, I mean, think about it. Even so let's take as an example the I guess it was from 2 weeks ago, the icebreaker puzzle. Now, like, when you look at that, you're like, oh, okay, like, it kind of looks like a gear shift. So, like, you know, that gives me some grounding of logic that I can use for this. But then, for some reason, you shift straight from, like, 1st gear to 3rd gear and then down to 2nd gear. And that's not how a gear shift works. And it's like, I don't know how the game expects you to make that assumption when, like, it doesn't give you any indication that that's how it wants to work. So I don't know. Do I put the sawdust, like, where would I put the sawdust? In a drawer? In all the drawers? I literally don't know. Apparently not here. So I'm guessing the drawers, because the drawers are the only thing I haven't, like, done yet. I don't know. Look at the drawer. Sawdust. Cool, I guess. Apparently I have bag of infinite sawdust. Now, why would I think that I need sawdust here? Okay, now it sort of looks like the design of the funnel. Except, I really don't feel like sawdust would make a difference there, but you know what? I'm too tired to try and understand that point. I'm just gonna put sawdust in some drawers and eagerly expect Nick Canton to show up and do something stupid. And then, question marks, end of game? Which, I will have you all know, would mean profit. God, these controls. If you turn the camera ever so slightly in one direction, it will look at a different point. And there are like 13 interaction points on the screen right now. Alright, put the sawdust in the thing, close the drawer, and then something happens. But see, like, I would make no assumption that like, A, he's going to, like, give me sawdust if I give him the alcohol, or B, that I'm supposed to send him the alcohol and have him just magically get it.
We have the Watcher's blessing for the crossing. Thank you, Kate Walker. On
I
behalf
hate
of
this
the
man.
entire tribe, 1,000 thank yous.
There's one problem. Without the customs officer, there's no one left to work the bridge, and...
I have the solution, Kate Walker. It looks like someone will have to stay on this bank so the others can cross. And I'm clearly the one to do that.
No, Oscar. Not again.
Please restart the whole chapter so I can pay attention and learn. There's nothing to learn, K-Mac, that's the problem. The only thing you can learn from Syberia is how to give yourself a headache, and how Syberia itself is accomplished.
I'll get you across first, and then I'll cross with the zip line.
Your concern serves no purpose, Kate Walker. And...
The soldiers. We have to go.
Is that really the last thing you do in Syberia 3, Cat? Because that's unbelievably stupid.
Quick.
Well, I'm gonna put the controller down and we're gonna see what happens. If I die to a quick time action, I'll actually enjoy that, I think. I think I would appreciate that. Even though I would normally hate that, it would somehow feel appropriate to the ending of this game.
Group together over there.
Is there an alternate ending where this bridge explodes and all the snow ostriches fall into the river? And their kind are never seen on the face of the earth again? Because, like, well, I don't normally want to, like, harm animals. These things are like monsters. They're like actual monsters.
Contact. Hot circuit. Right and left elevator control. Inversion. Engage.
Engage! Everyone take a drink!
Kate Walker! No!
How did she even do that? There's no direct path from one place to the other.
Perhaps you are looking for this.
Why would they think to do this? They don't even know who Oscar is to us.
The game is
These
over
guys haven't
now.
been our rivals, like, forever or something. They don't know our, like, psychological weaknesses.
Well, Miss Walker.
Very well. You've won, I suppose.
Neutralize that damn cow!
Apparently we're the cow. I genuinely wasn't sure for a second there. A discount Nick Fury has no name Thorax. This game didn't think that far ahead. They could only name like 5 or 6 characters tops. Our guns won't work if the bridge is down. Well, like, the idea was that when they crossed the bridge, they'd be in, like, another country, and so they, like, didn't have the jurisdiction to, like, follow the weird mutant people and their horrible terror beasts. But still, these people are pretty unscrupulous, so I'm not so sure that they care. Quick, kick him out of the helicopter! Oh, like you care. I'm insulted that they want to insinuate that there's like a genuine connection between these people after they've just spent the entire game being so needy and demanding that like every 5 seconds they're like, Kate Walker, we have another problem and you're the only person who can handle that. I'm gonna go on a smoke break or something. Unclear, K-Mag. I mean, we got the Youkols to where they were going, but like, I'm not so sure we've resolved the plot? Wait, that's seriously, that's it? That's the end of the game? That cannot be the end of the game. That, like, I mean, there was never going to be, like, a satisfying conclusion to that mess of a story, but, like, you can't just, like, leave the game, like, and Kate Walker was taken away and killed for her crimes. Like, what? That cannot be the end of the game. And yeah, like, how is the fruitcake puzzle, like, the climax of the game? Serpentine's right here with me. Yeah, I know, like, I feel like we missed, like, a whole, like, hour of story resolution. Like, we never directly addressed the hypnotism. We never confirmed whether or not Hans Vorarlberg is dead. We never figured out how we got to the start of this game from the end of the last game. Like, there are so many unanswered questions, and, like, we don't know what happened to Oscar. We don't know if Kate got sent back to America and arrested. Like, literally, Nick never showed up again. Like, he just appears early in the game, and then we take his papers, and then he died or something. Like, holy crap, how is this possible? Like, is there, like, a post-credits scene or something? Can I... No, that's just it. That's the end. Well, that's... I mean... That's cool, I guess? Well... Yeah, that's Syberia 3, I guess. Give me 1 second, I'm gonna get off this really loud music screen because it's super obnoxious. That might take some doing. Give me a second. Okay. We're the first two like this. How is this a trilogy? I would say no. The first two are not anything like this. Did you actually post your quote that summarized the game? I missed it while I was trying to send that out. This is worse than playing Parcheesi for second place. I do believe you have said that on multiple instances of playing this game in the past. Yeah. The weird thing about that quote to me is that it presumes that Parcheesi is the worst thing that you could do. Because, like, I feel like the whole driving force behind that is, like, to do something bad for longer than you need to do it, right? Which, inherently, I think, is the spirit of Syberia 3. But yeah, so, again, yeah, I wanted to get off the really loud music screen for multiple reasons. Included, but not limited to, the fact that it's probably, like, copyrighted and obnoxious for when I try to post this to YouTube. But yeah, so yeah, this game is bad. This is a really horrendous game. This is somehow the ending was even worse than the culmination of everything that led up to it. I'm disappointed that none of the puzzles were good or enjoyable and that they all overstayed their welcome. Yes, I feel like that is a quote. I feel like that quote should be at, like, the headline to a review for this game. So again, how is this a trilogy of a series? Okay, so let's do our rundown, because this is our time to, like, summarize and give our opinions of the game. And while those to some extent have got to be quite clear at this point, let's just run it down, right? So, Syberia 1 follows the story of Kate Walker, who is an up-and-coming, high-powered New York lawyer who is trying to close a deal for the sale of a European toy factory in a city called Valladolid, owned by the Vorarlbergs, this family of, like, cogwork automaton makers. And they make these, like, basically, like, super fancy wind-up toys that can, like, border on being robots depending on what their purpose is. So, like, she goes to the town and finds out that Anna Vorarlberg, who is Hans' sister, and who was thought to be the sole heir to the family's factory and all its assets and whatever, who was the one they had been talking to and the one who was supposed to sign off on the deal, has passed away during her trip to that city. And she, in her, like, will, mentions that, in fact, Hans, who was presumed dead because their father faked his death because he was so ashamed of him leaving the family behind, that he is alive and that he is the true heir to the factory, and so they need to get his okay in order to close the deal. That is Kate's whole purpose for being in that game. So she finds some clues that basically, like, lead her to finishing Oscar, who's like 90% done, and is supposed to be the operator to this train that will, like, lead somewhere that Hans wants to go. It's, like, unclear what that is exactly. But so you, like, get on the train with Oscar after going through some hoops, and then you just start following the tracks, and it takes you all these weird places that Hans has been, and, like, built automatons and things, and, like, it's this weird, like, quasi-steampunk fantasy thing where you just, like, go to these weird European towns with quirky townspeople, and you have to, like, figure out how some of his contraptions work and what their purpose is, and fix some of them, and, like, generally you have to, like, appease the locals and also figure out clues as to, like, who Hans is and, like, what he wants, so that, like, you can try to close this deal when you find him. And, of course, you have to find him in the first place. And as you go along, you, like, you know, you do, like, weird stuff, and the puzzles are generally fun, and you know, eventually you reach this point where you find this spa, right? And you're, like, trying to... There's this complicated thing where you have to, like, help this opera singer, like, recover her voice so she can give this performance to, like, appease this weird psychopath guy so that he can help your train move along and continue your journey. And once you, like, resolve all that and, like, return her to the place where you find her, you discover that, like, Hans, like, visits this place, like, fairly regularly. And he, in fact, has, like, stopped there, like, while you were out. And so you finally meet Hans Vorarlberg, and you're like, oh my god, Hans Vorarlberg! We, like, need you to sign this contract so that you can, like, do whatever, and then I could go back to New York and, like, leave my life. And he's like, yeah, sure, whatever, I don't give a crap. And he signs it, and he's like, yeah, but I'm gonna go take Oscar in the train, and we're gonna go find the mammoths. Like, we're gonna go find the living mammoths, because I just love me some mammoths. And then, like, Kate's just sort of standing there like, I did it! Yay? And she, like, realizes that, like, her life sucks. And, like, throughout the game, you have, like, people calling you from her life. And, like, you kind of realize that they suck. But, like, as it goes on, it becomes more and more apparent that, like, Kate's kind of, like, sick of all their crap. And that she's, like, enjoying, like, being self-reliant and, like, figuring out how to help these people and their weird problems and stuff. So, like, she kind of finds her calling along the way and also grows as a person. And it's, like, there's, like, a real character arc and a real journey to it. And there's stakes and it matters. And then, at the end of the first game, you sort of decide, you know what? I'm going to hop back on the train with Hans and Oscar, and we're going to go find the mammoths. And so in the second game, that's what you do. There aren't as many locations, and they aren't kind of as interesting, but the journey is more about Hans and keeping him going, because he's at this point, he's very old. He's, like, in his 80s, and he's always been kind of, like, sick. He's, like, a sickly kind of person. And so there's a couple times in the game where you have to stop and sort of get people to find cures for his various ailments and help him find the stamina to keep going. And then, like, you piss off these people along the way, and they, like, steal the train and, like, kidnap Oscar and Hans, and it becomes this whole big thing. But eventually you, like, reach the end of the tracks, and the tracks, like, just lead into this Youkol village inside of a cave. And there's, like, this Youkol legend about an ark that gets, like, sent off into, like, the Arctic or something just by itself, and then, like, every 10 years they do this, and then it comes back, and it just has a bunch of, like, frozen mammoth carcasses in it that are, like, preserved so that they can live off of the mammoths, because their whole culture, the Youkols' whole culture, is based around mammoths. And I think mammoths are mentioned like once in Syberia 3. And you know who isn't mentioned in Syberia 3 at all? Hans Vorarlberg, who is like the central defining thing about the Syberia franchise, is Hans Vorarlberg and his weird inventions. And neither Hans nor his inventions really appear in this game. So it's really not a Syberia game at all. It's like the Kate Walker Chronicles, and it's dumb and it's terrible. Because, like, the Youkols are not the cool part about Syberia. The Youkols aren't even in... They're, like, tangentially mentioned in Syberia 1. And in Syberia 2, they play a relatively small role. Like, they're kind of important towards the end, and they're mentioned a little bit more early on. But, like, they're not the central thing. Like, it's not like the Youkol show. It's about Hans Vorarlberg and his attachment to his family, mostly his sister, and his fascination with the mammoths. And, like, in Syberia 2, you reach the Youkol village, you go through these hoops to, like, you turn Oscar into this weird suit of armor to, like, help Hans sort of survive in the cold, because the further north you get, like, the worse it gets, and he's really sick, and he's just wants to see the mammoths before he dies. And so you sacrifice your friend so that he can help your other friend complete his, like, life's dream. And you do that, and it's kind of cool. Like, it's disappointing because, like, it sucks for, like, Oscar to die for that, because it doesn't really seem necessary at all. But, like, it's, you know, there's still, like, moral weight to it. There's, like, consequences, and, like, you know, we like, ride the weird arc thing, and we, like, find we find Syberia, basically. And, you know, the final puzzle in that game is you have to, like, figure out how to, like, operate this bizarre musical instrument that, like, summons the mammoths. And then it's cool, like, the mammoths show up, and, like, Hans is super excited to see them, and they take a shining to him, like, really quickly. And then, like, the end of the game is you just sort of watch Hans, like, ride off into the sunset on a whole herd of mammoths, and it's cool. And then Syberia 3 picks up, and, like, Kate's just, like, in a hospital, and they're like, what happened to you? And she's like, I don't know, I guess it was cold, and I don't remember. And then Kurt is just, like, in the room with you, and he's like, hey, I guess you should probably help the Youkols do this migration that's never been mentioned before. And she's like, yeah, okay, I guess. And then Syberia 3 happened, and it's garbage. It's just bad. Best game ever, never physically dying right now. I like... Oh, best game design ever. Got it. Physically dying right now. So basically the whole Youkol bullshit should have been an hour-long side quest. Yes, exactly that. Like, the Youkols should appear in this game, but it shouldn't be, like, all about the Youkols. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. It's just not true to what the Syberia games are about. Like, that would be like making a whole Zelda game about, like, just, like, the archery side quest in Castle Town or something, right? Like, it's a thing that belongs in a Zelda game, and it could be important because maybe you have to, like, earn some piece of equipment or something, or, like, a bigger wallet or something. It's important to the game. You shouldn't cut it from the game, but, like, you shouldn't just make a whole game out of that and then call it, yeah, like, this is still, like, Legend of Zelda. Like, you can still make that game, but it's not Legend of Zelda. It's Legend of Side Quest. And that's what this is. This is Legend of Youkols Side Quest. And it's awful. And the worst part of it is, like, the Youkols are, like, kind of annoying in Syberia 2, but they're also, like, a really small part of what it is. In this game, they're extremely annoying. And there's, like, no redeeming characteristics to them, like, at all, the whole game. But, like, somehow the game insists that you keep following them and helping them, even though they're just, like, whiny, do-nothing layabouts. And it's even more annoying because they, like, set up all this stuff. They, like, bring in Nick Canton. They're like, ooh, like, the United States, like, wants extradition. They want to, like, bring Kate back to the States and charge her for really serious crimes. They're accusing her of, like, embezzling money and, like, murdering Hans Vorarlberg. And we don't even know what happened to Hans Vorarlberg. For all we know, Kate did murder Hans Vorarlberg. Like, the one thing I wanted this game to answer was what actually literally happened to Hans Vorarlberg, and, like, how we got to the start of this game. That's all I wanted from the ending of this game. which I didn't feel like was asking for a whole lot, if I'm being honest. Like, I wasn't saying, like, oh, we have to wrap up everything, and Nick Canton has to be important, and we stick it to Olga, and whatever. Like, I don't give a crap about any of that. I just want to know how this is supposed to tie into Syberia 1 and 2. And the answer seems to be that it just doesn't. Like, I just don't understand who made this game, or why they think it's a Syberia game. And I also don't understand just generally who the designer is who put all these puzzles together, and they're like, great, you know what? Let's have a chair in a stadium, and it has 6 runes on it, and we're going to tell you what 5 of them are, and for some reason one of them repeats, and good luck figuring out the order, asshole. Like, I just don't get it. Like, none of these puzzles are good. There were, like, 2 passable puzzles in this game, and there were, like, no good puzzles. Or maybe it's like the Final Fantasy 15 VR fishing. Yes! Actually, Neko, that's a great example. So, Tech and I gave up on Final Fantasy 15 because we did not enjoy that game. But in that game, there was like a mini game where you go fishing. And it's dumb and it's whatever. Like, there are plenty of fishing games, and there's games with fishing side quests, and it's just not unique or interesting or particularly pertinent to anything happening in Final Fantasy 15. And for a while, there was some speculation. They're like, oh, Final Fantasy 15 is getting a VR game. We're being real secretive about it, but, like, it's gonna be great. And then you know what it turned out to be? VR version of the fishing side quest. Well, that's not Final Fantasy 15 at all. It's like VR Bassmaster or whatever. Like, it's not, that's not what that is. You know, like, this is very much just, like, taking some, like, weird ancillary, like, side thing. It's, like, not at all important to what Syberia is, and then pretending like, oh yeah, this is an important continuation of the chapter of Kate's journey of self-discovery and growth. She doesn't learn or grow at all in this game. All she does is wait on these stupid people hand and foot and save their stupid monstrous ostriches, which literally, to my recollection, aren't even mentioned in either of the other games one time. The fact that this game is like all about snow ostriches and there are no mammoths in it is so frustrating to me. And it's not even that I like the mammoths that much, it's just like, that's what the game is. The game is all about stupid mammoths. It just doesn't make any sense. I just don't get it. So, like, yeah, I mean, I was excited for a third Syberia game. The second Syberia game was a little disappointing, to be honest. Like, I think I hinted at it when I was recapping before, that, like, it's just not as good as the first one. You don't get as much of, like, the weird, quirky feel of the world, which was really essential to making the first one what it was, in my opinion. And, like, Hans' journey just isn't as interesting as Kate's. Like, I really liked Kate's story arc in the first game. And, like, there's still some growth for Kate in the second game, but it's just not the same. There's some cool stuff in the second one. Like, I like that you actually get to Syberia and learn that it really exists and find the mammoths. Like, that stuff's cool. But, like, it wasn't as good as the first one. It was disappointing. And the puzzles weren't great in that one either. They were passable. They were way better than this game. But they weren't exciting. There's some weird nonsense where you accidentally lock yourself in a cabin, and then the only way to get out is to, like, find the right color of fish to feed to a bear. There's some stupid crap in those games. But, like, nothing comes close to Syberia 3, where every puzzle is a massive failure. Like, there's almost no part of this game that's actually enjoyable. And it doesn't do any service to the characters or story that they've already established. It just, like, this game doesn't need to exist. And even if you were going to try to do a cash grab on a fairly obscure indie title, I don't know why you wouldn't try harder. Why wouldn't you make at least a decent game? I just don't get it. I'm really perplexed by the existence of this game. And I'm even more perplexed at whoever, like, wrote this. Well, the thing is, like, it fails on both the story and a mechanical level. And both of those are, like, equally baffling to me. But, like, I don't know how you can make a game that doesn't have heavy use of automatons or mammoths in it and pretend that it is a Syberia game. Because, like, those two things are definitely, like, I mean, Kate being the third unifying force. But, like, together, those three things are what makes Syberia games feel like Syberia. So, like, Kate's present, she's largely the same as she was, but, again, she doesn't have much growth to do anymore. Like, she sort of figured her stuff out in the first game. The second game, she just, like, was finishing her mission and, like, putting her skills to the test, I guess. Like, it still felt like it continued, it wasn't as interesting, but it felt right. Like, it made sense. It was still part of the same world. In Syberia 3, you just, like... It's like all of a sudden Kate just has, like, 40 whiny children who don't speak English very well and are terrible stereotypes of some people I hope don't exist. And she just, like, does whatever they tell her to do and has no agency. Like, it's really the opposite of the first game, frankly. I mean, I'm close to the point of rambling, but, like, I feel like I've made, like, fairly accurate, like, defensible points about the game, and, like, why I feel like it doesn't deliver on being a Syberia game or an adventure game. And that's really the point I want to make here, because you have seen what this game is. So, like, I can't, you know, it's not like I have to explain to you what this game is. But, like, I think it's important to give this context. And I tried to give some at the start as well, but now that we've been through everything together, and we've seen the whole experience, and there's no secrets left, like, now you know. Summary, the game is shit. Yep, that's about the size of it, Thorax. Does anyone else have any unfinished orders of business before we call it quits on this moratorium for Syberia 3? Or I guess we engage the moratorium? It occurs to me only now that I only kind of understand what the word moratorium means. I mean, you know I'm going to rant to some extent. I do agree that I was sort of reaching the point where I was looping. Almost. But I really do feel like everything I said just now was important to understanding the context of what the other games were, and why this game is not them, and also is very bad and should feel bad. Watch cooperate. It's bad and the designer should feel bad. Agreed. Was the knife ever used at the end? No. Which may be part of why it disappears from the inventory and then glitches into 2 duplicates of itself. Will you be doing more Batman? When will I be doing more Batman? I don't know, because only the first one's out as far as I know. I did discover today that the next Guardians chapter comes out this week. I don't know if I will do that next weekend. It depends a little bit on the hardware situation. Because whenever I do think I have the hardware up and ready to run, I kind of want to do some sort of one-off in case everything just goes to crap. So I don't want to, like, ruin a series, you know? Whenever we get around to that, like, I'm hoping that the graphics card shows up this week and that I figure out how to install it and everything seems to work. And then I just have to fiddle with some software for a while. And then, you know, hopefully that'll be enough to get us up and running, and then I can either adjust it on the fly or it'll be good enough to cover what we need to do. What do I think we might play next? That I'm not sure. Forgot that it uploads by episodes. Yeah. Well, I mean, Telltale, you know? That's how they do it. No guarantee. Someone said they could not make next Saturday. That's fine. I mean, in the scheme of things, like, if everything goes, like, perfectly well, the next Saturday is when I plan on trying to, like, start using my new rig to, like, stream with. And so I'm really expecting to have some problems. So if not everyone makes it to that, then maybe that's just less headache for you guys. But, like, I do want to get it online as quickly as possible because I want to have, like, the sub notifications and other fancy stuff up. So I'm going to try and get that working as soon as possible, but no guarantees. I don't know how long I expect the graphics card to take to get here, and there's no guarantee that I will actually be able to install it correctly and not ruin my computer in the process when it does get here. But I believe I digress. I have been Vasco the Gamer. This has been Syberia 3, and never again will we play it because it is a completely garbage game that really just makes the other games seem a lot better and somehow also tarnishes their memory. Because whoever made this game is a terrible person who's even more monstrous than a snow ostrich. I hope you all have a great rest of the evening, and a great week until I see you next. And, yeah. Syberia 3 over and out.